Glen Greenwald is an independent journalist. You can find his work on Substack, and we hope that you will. Glenn, thanks so much for coming on. Since yours is about the only Twitter feed I read, I saw that you, and maybe I'm misunderstanding this, I thought you wrote today that media organizations in Brazil where you live were sincerely under the impression that the people shot in Kenosha were black, and they took that from the American media. Did I misread that?
No, you did not. That's not just one. The three biggest news outlets in Brazil, not a year ago, but this week in covering the trial, explicitly stated that the people Kyle Rittenhouse shot were black. And they had to retract it. There wasn't just them. The Independent in the UK did the same thing. One of the leading Dutch papers did the same thing. Obviously, they're watching the American media that deliberately cultivated this false narrative from the start that he was a white supremacist. And so therefore, they assumed that he went there and shot black people, which is what you would do if you were a white supremacist. The media misled not just the American public, but the entire world.
Why? I mean, this is a longer conversation I hope that we can have, but it's so obvious with this story specifically, four white people are they're the main players in it, and they're telling us it's a race crime. Why are they doing that? It seems like an intentional effort to divide the country along color lines to me.
It really is the case that the liberal left in the United States has completely lost the capacity to understand any significant events in the world without seeing things through a prism of race. Everything is racist, everything is white nationalist, everything is white supremacist, everyone with whom they disagree is guilty of all those things. So even in a case where on its face race has nothing to do with it, it's a white person who shot three white people, all of whom did some form of aggression against him, they still end up imposing it because it's the only way they can understand the world. And by doing that, they gain a lot of power. They get people to think they're on the right side of history by always agreeing with them.
Yeah, they get a lot of power. That's the obvious conclusion. I should have figured that out myself, but I appreciate your explaining it. Glen Greenwald, great to see you tonight, as it always is.
Thanks, Tucker.